There are plenty of reasons why you should switch to Davinci Resolve. Plenty of reasons you should leave Premiere Pro, especially if, like me, you shoot on Blackmagic. It's a Blackmagic product. It has better color editing and it's 10 times cheaper. You pay once and that's it, versus with Adobe Premiere, you're paying for a monthly subscription. And in today's time, we need to save every dollar we can. And I'm gonna support this but the best I can. And yes, I wanted it to sound weird. There are plenty, possibly even more reasons that you should stay using Premiere. And the final point that I'm gonna make may really shock you, so stay until the end. So, point number one is familiarity. Bro, that is a weird word. This is mostly for current editors, not new people who are picking up the craft. But if you're like me and you've been editing for years and years, if you up and decide to switch to a new software, you have to realize that there's gonna be a huge learning curve. And with that learning curve, you're gonna lose a lot of time. And in this industry, time is money. Not only time, but I'm gonna argue that it's also gonna affect the creativity of your videos. Think about it like this. You've heard it's not about the camera. I don't completely agree with this, but that's a topic for another day. What's the point of going out to shoot with a camera that you're not familiar with? You would be a lot more effective with something that you know inside out. Even after a year of switching to Resolve, your videos are still not gonna be what they would be if you were editing in a program that you spent multiple years in. Point number two, and this should be a big one for creatives, interface customization. We're creatives and we're all unique. We may like the same shot or use the same camera, but it's always going to be different. In Premiere, I like having control over my panels, placing them wherever I want them, how I want them. It's important that your layout fits you so that the editing process is the most comfortable, leading to you being the most creative. But with Davinci, you can't do this. Davinci only allows you to toggle certain screens on and off, so you're stuck using the layout that they give you. Point number three is huge when it comes to productivity and making money. You aren't able to do multiple renders while continuing to edit in Davinci Resolve, which for some people isn't an issue, but for me, it's a huge disadvantage. I have retainer clients who I produce several pieces of content for a month. So thanks to Adobe Media Encoder, I can export my videos through it while jumping back in Premiere and continuing to edit, which is a huge time saver. Now, before I continue, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe, hit that bell to be notified for future videos. All right, point number four. This is the second to the last point I'll be making. Premiere has way more plugins. Now, while this may be because Premiere has been around a lot longer, it's still a huge deal. I have different subscriptions with companies like Motion Array, Artgrid, and Soundstrike. Motion Array has different plugins for both Premiere and Davinci, but I see a huge difference in the amount of options. To me, it seems that Premiere is still number one, and other companies know it too. Now, the one you've been waiting for, the biggest reason you should keep using Premiere is also the biggest reason I hear people switch to Davinci Resolve. All right, I'm an advocate for doing what I'm good at and hiring my friends for what they are good at. The world pushes us to be a jack of all trades, but that's what hurts a lot of our work. What I'm talking about here is thinking that anyone can color grade. People switch to Davinci because it's king of color grading, and yeah, I guess that's true. But I ain't a colorist. Despite getting messages and comments about how dope my videos are colored, I don't actually know how to color that well. So the user friendliness of Premiere's LUT system is way more convenient for me. For beginners, and even people who do know how to color, their productivity is way lower now using Davinci, for the sake of the color grading tools being what they are. So ultimately, use a software that makes your life easier. Use a software that helps you make amazing videos. I've made amazing videos in Premiere, like this one.